I feel like your two Iowa teams left a mark on women's college basketball, but also women's basketball at large. Is that like kind of crazy to think about? Like you were a part of something that was a catalyst for this like larger growth.
Kate Martin's WNBA journey was stalling in Las Vegas. The former Iowa standout, who played a crucial role in helping CaitlinClark lead the Hawkeyes to 2 Final Fours, found herself stuck on the Aces bench, watching her dreams slowly fade game by game. But then everything changed. In a powerful new interview, Kate opens up about the turning point. The exact moment she realized she had to leave Vegas, the phone call with CaitlinClark that reignited her confidence and how signing with the Golden State Valkyries wasn't just a move. It was a total reinvention of her career. If you believe in Kate's comeback, drop Golden State Kate in the comments. Let's go.
Well, I had heard about this CaitlinClark, and I was like watching videos of her just like having like 40 points, like averaging 1 million in high school. And I was like, oh, this girl thinks she's gonna come here and rule the world, you know, like whatever. It's gonna be, you know, whatever. And there she did, came in right away and ruled the world. And I was like, all right, here we go.
Picture this. Iowa basketball wasn't on anyone's radar until CaitlinClark and Kate Martin transformed Carver Hawkeye Arena into the most electric atmosphere in college hoops. You saw the highlights, you felt the energy. But here's what most fans missed. While Caitlin was draining logo threes, Kate Martin wasn't just along for the ride. She was the engine powering it all.
I just remember you have that summer before, and she was doing things that I had never seen anybody do before. And as a freshman, to come in and have that kind of confidence, like, not everybody has that. Like, I was like, oh, I haven't really seen anything like this. And so we knew she was going to be outstanding. And then, yeah, at the beginning of the year, we had some big wins, and there was highs and lows that year for sure. But, you know, it took us a little bit to figure it out. But yeah, it obviously turned out better than I could have ever expected or thought.
Let's talk about what really happened during Iowa's back-to-back Final Four runs in 2023 and 2024. While all eyes were on CaitlinClark breaking scoring records, Kate Martin was quietly putting up 13.1 points and 6.8 rebounds per game, numbers that don't belong to a role player, but to a star in her own right. But here's the thing. Kate understood what many never do, that sometimes being the perfect complement is more powerful than being the spotlight.
Well, real quick, what did you notice about Caitlin's like work ethic?
Yeah.
Was there anything that stood out?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she was in the gym constantly. Yeah. And it was like the way she approached everything too was like, it was like with a sort of excellence. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna go through the motions and like whatever. It was like, no, like, I'm here to kick your butt in every single drill, every single practice, like, and especially whenever our like gray squad guys were playing against us, it was like, if you're across from me, you're my enemy, you know? And like, I think that's just kind of how you have to approach things to get better. And she had that, you know, next level mindset, and it really just raised us all up with her.
Go back and watch the tape from that Final Four showdown against South Carolina. Kate Martin calls it the highlight of her career, and it's easy to see why. When Iowa needed someone to execute the game plan against the undefeated Gamecocks, it was Kate making the smart, steady plays that opened up space for CaitlinClark's brilliance. She brought what she described as a calming effect alongside Clark's fire, the perfect balance. And when she raised her voice in the huddle, teammates listened, because Kate earned that trust not with words, but with relentless effort every single practice.
If you had to pick like, kind of like a favorite highlight, like getting to the Final Four, is it beating South Carolina and breaking their streak? Is it, you know, getting to the final game? Like what would have been the moment?
I would say beating South Carolina.
Yeah, no, fair.
Was like,
that was incredible.
That was like the best moment ever. Cause like, we like all believed that we could make it to a Final Four. And so we were just like, all right, we made it to a Final Four. Like, let's go. This is great. We didn't think we were going to really make it to the national championship. Like the undefeated South Carolina, they're like Twin Towers down there, like just a very long, athletic, good team. And so when we like executed that game plan perfectly and beat them, that was probably that's like still probably my career highlight.
Here's where it gets interesting. Their friendship wasn't just great for team chemistry, it was basketball genius. Kate and Caitlin understood each other's games so deeply, they didn't need to call plays. They could anticipate each other's moves before they happened. Kate knew exactly when Caitlin needed the ball back after a rebound. Caitlin knew Kate would be in the perfect spot for the hockey assist that led to a wide-open three. This wasn't just teamwork, it was telepathy in motion.
Yeah, I feel like looking back on it, and then even just talking to you now, it's like, yes, Caitlin is like a big focal point of the team.
Yeah.
She's gonna have to do a lot of the scoring, all the things. And you, it's almost like good cop, bad cop or something.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean it in like
No,
literal terms, but she just had to like be herself, and that was gonna win you games. But then you had to come in and kind of be like a calming effect. And that, so I'm actually really curious, as these teams start to take shape in 2023 and then 2024, like what was your leadership style in conjunction with a player like Caitlin, but also the rest of your teammates?
But that's not all. Kate Martin was doing the dirty work that never makes the highlight reel. She was the one setting the hard screens that freed Caitlin for those signature deep threes. She rotated on defense to cover when Caitlin gambled for a steal. And when the shots didn't fall, Kate was right there, crashing the boards and giving Iowa second chances. She didn't need the spotlight. She made the spotlight possible.
I was definitely more of like the calmer presence and being like, hey, like look me in the eyes, you know, deep breath, like it's all gonna be okay. And I think like the leadership style that I really had was just like trust. Like she trusted me because she had seen me like putting in the work in the gym. She knew how much I cared. Like I was only 2 years older than her, but like she believed that like I had her best interest in mind. And like I showed her that over and over again. Like I built a relationship with her outside of basketball. I tried to build relationships with all my teammates outside of basketball. So it wasn't like the only time I'm talking to you is out on the court and telling you like, hey, like you can't do that, or like, hey, like do that, you know, whatever is like.
It's called relationship equity.
Iowa's historic run wasn't just about CaitlinClark's superhuman talent, and it definitely wasn't a fluke. It was the result of two players who elevated each other, creating something neither could have achieved alone. Kate Martin was the glue, the steady force that held together one of the most successful stretches in Iowa basketball history. Their college careers were more than just impressive. They were legendary. Together, they figured out how to win at the highest level and built a legacy that college basketball fans will never forget.
It's like if we needed to get across to Caitlin, you know, like it was like Kate, like that was like my job at times. And then like her junior and sophomore year, like she had done so much like work on herself and like how to be like a great teammate and all of us together that like I didn't need to like, I don't know, like do all of that. Manage that as much as like I had in the past. But I felt grateful that, you know, she trusted me enough and like I trusted her enough too, to where like it was a working relationship. And so then, I just kind of did that with all of my teammates. And I felt grateful that like I was the person who could speak up and they
it's also
trusted
great
me to
when
do
you're
that.
like rewarded, right? And you guys were rewarded in multiple ways, but one of them was getting to the Final Four.
Yeah.
But the WNBA plays by a whole different set of rules. Kate Martin came to Vegas thinking the magic she created at Iowa would carry over to the pros. She was wrong, painfully wrong. The Las Vegas Aces drafted her, but reality hit fast. From the moment she stepped on the court, it was clear this wasn't college anymore. While Aja Wilson and the Aces veteran core dominated every meaningful minute, Kate was stuck on the bench, watching the game pass her by. The numbers say it all. She averaged 20 minutes per game in May. By September, just 11.5. That's not development. That's being pushed out.
Like you really do, but like it's just hard, as you know. Like there's only 12 spots, whatever. And
now let's talk about the stark reality behind the numbers. Kate Martin was averaging just 2.6 points and 1.6 rebounds per game. Not just underwhelming for a former Iowa star, but proof that she wasn't even getting a real chance to prove herself. This is the same player who put up 13.1 points and 6.8 rebounds during Iowa's back-to-back Final Four runs. She didn't forget how to play. She just wasn't being given the floor, and it got worse. When the playoffs came, Kate logged just 3 total minutes across 6 games. Not 3 minutes per game, 3 minutes, period. That's not enough. Time to get warm, let alone show you belong. The message from the Aces was loud and clear. Kate wasn't part of their future.
I'm curious. So now that you are into your second year, like what do you think, what makes the WNBA so difficult to play in?
Man, I mean, I just think the physicality, speed, smart players, like really smart players, and people who have been around for so long, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking back to like New York. They're massive. They are, like, yeah, they're very, very, very good. Like a lot of these people have been playing professional basketball for a very long time.
Sue Bird nailed it in a recent interview. She spoke directly about the challenge rookies face when they hit the pros. The speed, the physicality, the strategic complexity. It's a whole new game. Even the most decorated college stars get humbled. And Kate Martin? She was living that reality. The learning curve was steep, and there were no shortcuts. She wasn't just adjusting, she was getting a crash course in what it really takes to survive in the WNBA.
Scoring is not easy. Like, people who average, like, however many points, like, it's honestly so impressive. Like, I've never been more impressed by basketball than, like, now. Like, basketball is a simple game, but that doesn't mean it's easy. It's an easy game. But yeah, like people work really hard. They are long, they're big, they're fast, they're physical. So me just like having to learn how to be patient, play off of 2 feet, play in control. That is something, I'm still working on, because sometimes you're like trying to do the right thing always and like make the right read, but then you forget like, hey, just go play basketball.
Here's where it gets truly frustrating for Kate Martin. The Aces roster was built around established stars, players with championship rings, system knowledge, and the full trust of the coaching staff. Rookies weren't just at the bottom of the depth chart. They were fighting for scraps. Kate wasn't just competing with fellow newcomers. She was up against seasoned vets who had already proven themselves. That's an impossible environment for a young player trying to carve out a role. And so, game after game, Kate watched her WNBA dream slipping away. Every minute she didn't play was a missed opportunity. Every practice spent running scout team was a painful reminder. Her Iowa legacy meant nothing in Vegas. She wasn't failing to adjust. She was being overlooked. The toughest lesson Kate learned wasn't about skill, effort, or toughness. It was about something far less controllable, fit and timing. Because sometimes raw talent just isn't enough, not if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.